Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm really excited to be sharing a very big, very pink house because I'm not sure you've heard, it's everywhere. There's a new Barbie movie that just came out in theaters, and at the time of recording this, I have not seen it yet. But I believe the day that I am posting this, I'm going to go see it in theaters. I'm really excited about it. It looks so cool. And I thought it was only appropriate that I build a Barbie Dream House. So this isn't based on a specific actual Barbie Dream House. I just wanted to create a dream house that is for Barbie or inspired by Barbie in The Sims for you to play in. And it was so much fun to create something that is so overwhelmingly pink and just really not my style, and try to bring that Barbie feeling into The Sims. So I really hope you will enjoy this. If you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find me under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. I know the gallery's been having some issues lately, so sometimes you can't search people by name right away. So I have been putting the hashtag Gryphi as well, so hopefully that will be helpful. I'm probably just going to call this Barbie Dream House or something like that. So hopefully it'll be pretty easy to find, although I think a lot of people are making Barbie Dream Houses right now for the same reason of the new movie coming out. And also, I didn't do it with this build because I actually had been working on this and started this before Horse Ranch came out. But I could imagine a lot of Barbie Horse Ranches coming out because there are so many pink swatches that came with that pack, but I'm not using any of that in this build. But if that's something you'd like to see, if you want to see some Barbie-inspired horse builds, do let me know, or anything you'd like to see with horses. I'm definitely open to that. I was out of town for a little while when the pack first came out, so there was a bit of a delay on uploading things to the gallery and putting out some more content with the new pack, but I'm home now, so if you have anything you would like to see, please let me know, and I'd be happy to put out some more horse builds. But anyway, the outside shape of this is coming together. The swatches changed quite a few times. I was thinking of using these really bright windows and columns, and I did use those windows and columns, but in the white swatch, the primary pink is actually in the wallpapers and in the roof tile. This roof tile is the perfect color. I wish it was a better texture, but the color is just too perfect not to use. It's actually kind of a shipping container roof tile from Eco Lifestyles, but it is Barbie pink, as is this wallpaper. So as you can see, the wallpaper I'm using actually has a trim on the bottom. It's an indoor wallpaper from the Pastel Pop Kit, but the color was so Barbie, I couldn't not use it. So I did end up trying to cover those stripes a little bit that are on the bottom in different parts of the build. You'll see that come together as we go, but I think the shape of this looks so good. It is such a beautiful pink house. We have some other pastel colors in here as well. I should be grabbing this round window. Yeah, this one from the My Wedding Stories pack I thought was so perfect. Up there, it's a floral with lots of pinks and purples and yellows and blues, or it's kind of more like a teal color, but I thought that worked really nice. And then I'm using the windows from the Industrial Loft kit, as well as some from Romantic Garden and the ones from the Moschino stuff pack. And I just think they all worked really nice together here. I really liked the rounded upper portion of both the Romantic Garden ones as well as the Industrial Loft, which is why I ended up using the Industrial Loft ones, because I placed down the Romantic Garden ones first, and the top portion of the window has a very similar shape. So I thought that made sense there. Also, the lot I'm building on is in Willow Creek with Base Game. This is the Oakenstead lot, and it has a U-shaped driveway in the front. So I ended up getting rid of the fake driveway I created and putting that there, and using a car from the Live Edit Objects menu, actually a limo for Barbie, and making it look like it's sort of parked there. So it's partially off lot. I thought that looked kind of nice because I wasn't sure which car to have for Barbie, because I would prefer if she had a pink car. But we don't have any of those in the game, especially because we don't have functional cars. We just have debug ones. So I thought a limo made the most sense. Anyway, here I am drawing out lines for perfect mow lines in the yard. And this is going to change a little bit because at first I had colored the whole yard a lighter green before I did that, but then I didn't like it anymore. So I kind of skipped over that whole process because it's very repetitive, but I'm basically just drawing lines with terrain paint. And then we're working on the backyard, and this area actually has a pool as well as like a place to sit down and dine. We have a couple of different seating areas. I have a couple of pink trees back here, which I think came from movie hangout stuff, which I guess I should mention now. At this point, I've mentioned a lot of packs. I did not limit pack usage whatsoever in this build. I was just like, what do we have that's pink? What will look good with pink? I want to use like a bunch of really fun colors and go all out with this build, so I didn't bother limiting the packs. So it's probably going to need quite a few, but I was thinking this was more of a build that I just wanted to do for fun. I'm not sure how many people are going to want to build or want to play with this, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. Anyway, over here, I am just trying to figure out some of the landscaping around the pool. It did take me a while, and I delete those bushes there because they look a little silly, and I have them going around the edge instead, and then I'm just like painting inside the pool, getting the right watercolor, and I ended up using these loungers from base game in pink, yellow, and blue. I think they look so pretty there, and some of these really pretty pink flowers as well, and a lounger in the pool. I just thought it was important to have like a beautiful pool out back. I think this house looks so pretty. I love the blue front door. It's like a little bit more modern. The whole inside is kind of a mix of styles. I was kind of going for a somewhat like plasticky feel, if that makes sense, because Barbie, it's like a doll and the houses tend to be plastic. So hopefully that comes across. And I used a really thick roof trim on the outside to also get that more plasticky, cartoon looking feel. So I quite enjoyed that. Also in the backyard here, I added a hot tub. There's a pink swatch on the base game one. And I loved these clear pink chairs. I think those came with my wedding stories, but I thought they were absolutely perfect for this build. They just scream Barbie. They're the right color and they're plastic. So I decided to add those here, and then we're just getting a rug underneath that to kind of make it feel like the table is anchored in place. I also added a barbecue out here, our trash cans. I wanted to make sure I had everything to make this home functional, even though it's a little bit out there. And then we're drawing a little bit of a pathway over to this side area so you can walk from the front to the side. And this is where I remembered we had this terrain paint and like floor tile from Cottage Living that is stones surrounded like little pink flowers. Oh my gosh, it is so perfect for a Barbie house. So I, of course, had to use that. But now we are working on the interior, trying to figure out the floor plan. The couches and stuff I'm placing down are not what we're going to be using. I was just using things as placeholders to be like, okay, I'm thinking this room could go in this location. And it did take me a little while to figure out the floor plan because it's such a big house and I really just wasn't sure where to put everything. And the upstairs was a little wonky, but I still really liked how it came out and I didn't want to change the shape of the house. So you'll see that when we get to it. But basically, Barbie has the primary bedroom on the bottom floor, and then upstairs we have a like spare bedroom that also has like a huge walk-in closet that Barbie has overtaken. So I feel like maybe her and Ken have their own bedroom downstairs, but Barbie has like an extra bedroom for herself upstairs. That's kind of what I was thinking of the spare bedroom. So I'm excited for you to see that. I just messed around with all of the fun colors that we could use out of all of the packs. I feel like we've gotten a lot of pink in the recent like items we've gotten in the game, particularly with the pastel pop kit. That came in so much handy for this build. I really enjoyed that. But this is going to be just like a hallway off of the main entrance that brings you into an office, a bathroom, and Barbie's primary suite. And then upstairs is where I was really unsure how I wanted to do this for a while. So we're trying to figure out like a bathroom, maybe a kid's bedroom if you decide to play as Barbie and Barbie has a kid, or you want to have her little sister living here, or maybe like parents or whatever story you'd like to tell. I wanted to keep it pretty open-ended for whatever you wanted the storyline to be here, but I decided to decorate it as a kid's room because I just thought it would be more fun to have like a really pink kid's room. And I believe I added a dollhouse in there. I don't remember though. Actually, I think I put the dollhouse downstairs in the living room because you're playing in a dollhouse, so I thought it would be cute to have a dollhouse in the dollhouse. But anyway, we're painting the floors now. I don't keep them this color, but I do keep this like marble flooring in the bathrooms. I'm not sure if I keep it in the entryway or not, but I think it is so pretty, the pink and the white. I ended up going with this flooring instead because it looks more plasticky to me and it's like very vibrant, and I thought that that made sense. Anyway, in the kitchen, we've got a lot of different pink tones going on right now. It's not correct at all. We're going to figure it out. I end up using this tile, I'm pretty sure, which is from, I think it's from Growing Together, but I'm not entirely positive on that. But at this point, I realized the swatch I had of the counters, the base game pink, was not going to work. But this pink island in the middle is actually counters from the Country Kitchen kit. Oh yeah, these ones are definitely Growing Together. I swapped them to this. I just thought that the herringbone in this really bright pink swatch was perfect. And then I also decided, it's too pink in here. There's a lot of pink for Barbie, but there's also a lot of other pastel colors. So I thought that the more modern yellow island made more sense since the rest of the kitchen looked a little bit more modern, but I could have kept the Country Kitchen kit counters as well because the pink on that was really pretty. But I opted for this, and then I tried to get a little bit of color in the stool. So we have these blue stools, or like teal stools, from high school years, and then I wanted to add all sorts of cute clutter. So we got like some yellow flowers, some succulents over in the corner. It looks like I changed the flowers to pink. I tried a few different colors. The main colors I wanted to use in this build were pink, blue, and yellow. So you'll see a lot of those. So I'm just grabbing things out as I find them. I really like the succulents in the corner. I also put that alarm clock on the counter next to the stove to kind of act as like a kitchen timer. And there's a cork board in the kitchen, of course, getting some pots and pans. I just really wanted it to feel lived in, even though it's a Barbie house. I feel like having some of those little props to play with was a cute idea, and this room is enormous. There does end up being quite a bit of like empty space, but I was also not too upset with that because I loved how the outside looked, and it's not like a big deal to have extra space. And thinking of it as like a Barbie house, having the extra space for playing around seems realistic to me. So that is what I kept. And then over here in the corner, these little jars for like flour and sugar and all of that sort of stuff is from Cottage Living, and the colors were just so perfect for this build. So I just moved things around ever so slightly, and then I also added some shelves over in the corner as well as a hanging plant. This is one of my favorites, and I thought that green just really stood out. Over here is going to be the dining space. I'm using those same chairs that I used out back, as well as this round table from high school years and some like yellows and blues, and I just feel like it really pops. I like how that space came out. But quickly moving on into the living room, I thought about having a TV unit with these cabinets, but it felt too closed off. So I ended up just having a couple of them towards the bottom floating. I should be getting to that here shortly to make it look a little bit more modern, because right now it's too much. It doesn't look quite right. And then I am also adding like the same curtains in here. All of those curtains are from, I believe those ones are from movie hangout stuff. And I loved this yellow couch. This is from the Dream Home Decorator Pack. It's one of the modular sofas, and it's just so perfect in the light. Oh my gosh. So I love this lamp. It is from the Decor to the Max kit, and I never noticed before the pink swatch, but I think that's because not very often am I going to use a hot pink lamp like that. It's such a statement piece. It's enormous. But I do love that lamp, and once I realized it had the pink swatch, it was immediately in this room. So quite happy with that. And then I got a chessboard over here just because we had this open space, and I figured it would be nice to put something useful over there for your Sims to use. And then I also got that dollhouse I had mentioned, and I decided on these bookcases because they kind of match the wood flooring. So I thought that would be nice. And then of course a piano over in the corner, a nice mirror, some more decorations. I love those paintings on the wall from Pastel Pop, and I got a couple more plants over here as well. And then we are heading on into the dining room, which changes quite a few times because I changed my mind about the rug as well as the tables. We actually keep the same rug, but in a different swatch that is far more pink. And the tables, I think just having them being glass was too much. And I liked these chairs, but I was going for more of a hot pink look for this Barbie house. So I think they were too light. And that's why they didn't feel like they were working. But I do put a lot of bookcases in here, which I thought looked really nice around this fireplace. And overall, I think this room comes out cute. It just takes a little while. Also, the puddle mirror, so perfect. But here you can see I changed out the tables and the rug here, and I'm putting in these chairs from base game. And it instantly looks so much more Barbie. I love this room. I think it looks so cute. I put like some plants in the corner, this little tray, some pink flowers. It's overwhelmingly pink, but it feels right. Let me know if you agree. What room do you think looks the most Barbie in this build? Do you feel like I achieved the look? I've done a couple of Barbie builds in the past, but never something this scale. I believe we did like a Barbie caravan and I did a Barbie core tiny house. I've probably done a Barbie apartment as well, but this is the biggest thing I did, and I thought it was only appropriate to do it for the release of the Barbie movie. Let me know what you've thought of it if you've seen it. Because by the time this goes out, I will hopefully have seen it or will be seeing it that day. So I would love to chat about it in the comments. Just try and keep it spoiler free, not only for me, but for anyone else watching that hasn't had the chance to see it yet and would like to. Anyway, this is the back entry or the back exit of the house. This is the door out the back to the pool. I don't know why I had so much trouble phrasing that. But I decided to just add some places to like hang up coats and stuff. It's obviously actual full-on clothing, but I thought it looked quite nice. And I liked the color of this rug as well. That really pretty like green color mixed with the pink. I can't remember what pack that's from. I want to say it's Parenthood, but I'm not entirely sure. And then the chair I put there was so cute. And I thought a fish tank would be a nice addition as well as a little game table and some bookcases, which I put a bunch of clutter on. Just trying to make it's basically just a back hallway space, but I thought trying to make it functional and make it a little bit of a skill building or activity room made sense. So having a place to read, having a place to play games, and you can have your fish back here. I just thought it was a nice way to fill up the space and a little bit something different. I was just trying to cram everything into this house that I created the outside of first, which I know is not always the best way to go about it, but it tends to be the way I prefer to build, and I loved the outside so much, so I wanted to keep it. But in the entryway now, that little mirror with the heart and the purse coming off of it looks so Barbie to me. That is from the pastel pop kit, as is this shelf that I just placed down. I thought they were fantastic. But we're quickly moving on into the primary bedroom, Barbie's main bedroom on the bottom floor. And, using a lot of pink. I love the rug and the bed, which I believe are both from high school years. And then the bedside tables are from the Parenthood game pack. And using a lot of that same pink wallpaper I have throughout the rest of the house, and then grabbing some of these sheer curtains from high school years. I just thought that they looked a little bit nicer in this space than the curtains we were using in the rest of the house. I have like some built-in wardrobes in here, the walk-in ones that came with growing together, but I also wanted to put like a standing wardrobe in here, and we have some floating sort of dressers in the middle of the room. I kind of wanted it to look like those islands you might see in the middle of a walk-in closet that has all sorts of items on it, but it's in the middle of the room. I'm not sure if I achieved a decent look with that or not, but I thought it was something different and a way to fit it in that space, so I decided to keep it. Anyway, this is going to be the ensuite for that primary bedroom. We're using a pink shower tub combo from Parenthood, these same yellow counters I have on the island in the kitchen, and lots of pink tile everywhere. I really like how this space came out. Obviously, the pink on the shower is a little bit different than the pink on the walls, but I liked that it was still a pretty vibrant pink, so I decided to keep it. This is going to be the office space. Once again, so much pink, so much blue. I like the blue curtains in here, and I did paint a couple of the walls in this room blue instead of pink, but obviously the primary color in this whole build is pink, and I've probably said that word so many different times in this build already. I also loved this bookcase from the pastel pop kit for this room, and that's also where the the computer chair is from, the wheelchair there, or not the wheelchair, the what do you call it? A chair that has wheels on the bottom. I guess just computer chair. It's like heart shaped, so I thought it was perfect for this room. And then I added a bunch of random activities here because depending on which Barbie doll you get or which Barbie series you watch, I feel like Barbie has so many different interests and skills and things. So we have some science tables, flower arranging, knitting, yoga, like meditation. I ended up putting a rocket ship back out in the backyard. Like, we have all sorts of random activities in here for Barbie to explore and be super successful at. So I decided to include those. And then upstairs, this is going to be a kid's bedroom that's just like very pink and blue and super cutesy and Barbie-esque. This could be for whoever you'd like, or you could change this room out for whichever sim you think works best here, whether you're playing by the Barbie storyline or creating your own characters, because I know when I was a kid, I didn't think of Barbie as Barbie. I would like every single Barbie doll or other brand, because I had all kinds of brands of dolls. I didn't like go by the name that it gave them and the personality it gave them. I kind of came up with my own storylines, kind of like I do in The Sims. So it could be for whoever you want. You could definitely renovate this house, do whatever you'd like with it if you download this build. But I still had a lot of fun with this room. I think it's so cute. The tree on the wall with all the pink flowers and little blue birds. Of course, the parenthood stuff being in pink is so perfect as well. And I just got some like toys and bags, and we got a couple of these beanbag chairs as well facing this way, and I just wanted to make it look lived in. It's not overly cluttered, but it still does have a decent amount of stuff around, and primarily it is pink. So that's like the whole theme of this build. If you haven't noticed yet, I mean, we're like 20 minutes into it, but if you didn't know, this build, it's very pink. Anyway, I did end up creating another bedroom up here because the hallway space was so big and I realized I had room, and I was like, you know what would be really cute? Like a Barbie themed pink nursery. So we're back with the pastel pop kit again with this strawberry and flower wallpaper, a pink crib, and so many cute decorations. I thought about putting the Yeti in the corner, but he just didn't feel like he fit in quite right with this room. So I ended up going just with like Blarfy, the teddy bear. And then I believe we got a rocking chair in the corner and just lots of your normal stuff you would put in an infant's room. Not that we have the infants in The Sims 4. And so I got some diapers over there, and this little painting up above the crib. I've always associated that painting with Barbie. It just looks like a Barbie thing to me for some reason. So I needed to add that into this space, and we should be getting a changing table here momentarily as well. I also got the little shoes. Or it looks like I cut out the rest of the room. I don't know why I did that. But there's a changing table in there as well as like a wardrobe and stuff. But this is that other bedroom I had mentioned that's sort of a spare bedroom or like Barbie's second bedroom, because there's an attached walk-in closet that takes up a huge amount of the top floor. So I was thinking, maybe that's kind of the purpose of this room. Or you could swap it out so that this was like the primary suite, but they don't have an ensuite up here. I just wasn't entirely sure what to do with it, but I loved using the other room next to it as the walk-in wardrobe. So you'll see that here momentarily. We do have a couple of like regular dressers and stuff throughout this room anyway. And this room's obviously a lot more blue than the other rooms. But that's because of the bed I used also from the pastel pop kit. I just thought it was really pretty with all the flowers and stuff on it. And I am now working on the walk-in closet. We're using this fluffy pink rug throughout it and these wardrobes from Get Famous that are pink and gold. And we get a couple of mirrors throughout here as well as a couple of ottomans. So we have shoes at the end, and we have just so many clothes in here. I think it looks really cute. It's nothing too complicated because all I did was put down the wardrobes really, but I didn't want it to feel too busy. And here is that rocket ship out back for the Barbie that wants to explore Sixum or explore space. But that is it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun with this build. I am so glad I am finally sharing it. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments down below. And of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.